Hi, good day everybody, and this is I changed the name of the channel again, so I'll just call it Figma Discourse or Drones or whatever you see there, and I'll just be recording variants. For our first variants that I'm going to be explaining is these buttons themselves, how they can exist in variants. So you know what literal variants is now. Variants are like different instances uh, of one particular main component or a main button or something. Like I'll just take for typical examples, I'll use Loki as an example to explain what variants are. So if people who watch Loki the series, you could tell that Loki was regarded as a variance because he beat the timeline down, the agreed timeline, and decided to do something that was not supposed to happen. So it was considered like a time variant. So that's just an instance, right? And then there could be different variants depending on the third could be different variant depending on the particular entity that that broke the law or broke the time or whatever that's constraining all of them. In this case, we just have our main components here, and then it coexists in different variants. That's like different instances of that same button with different looks, different faces, different colors. Just there is all one button but different layouts. That's the basic idea of how the variants would look like. It makes it easier for us to work faster on Figma. So that's more reason why they are important. So just duplicating what we already have, you just change, right? It's just like flipping a button. Now, to create our first variant, we have this button that I just created here. And then if you want to create a button like this and you make it a component, automatically Figma gives you the option. You go towards the right hand side of the screen, right, where there is a design, your design panel. So Figma automatically gives you the option to add as variants, where you can add your description, a documentation link. If you have your documentation about how your button should be structured on Notion or anywhere else, right, you could just drop that link here. So anybody that's onboarding, any new member will easily just go there and find out why you decide your corners to be rounded and all of that. Just like a more detailed information. Well, that's just by the way. So that's what this section is, where my mouse is, right? And then if you go down, you see the variance panel here, just the variance column or row. Then you click plus, and then it becomes a variant. So before we do that, I will take out the main component, right? So just bring this. What I do is I'll just duplicate it inside here, then select from towards the left hand side and select from my layers panel the one with the diamond. That's the one with the main component. Then move that out. Yeah, so this is out, and then from here you can only add variants to your main components. Then from here I'll just go back and click variants on the right hand side, and then automatically creates another variant. And then now you can see from the right hand side where I click variants, you see property 1 and you see variant 2. Then you can also switch to default, that's the initial variant, and then go back to variant 2. Yeah, oh my god, what is happening? Add a new variant, sorry. Yeah, this is the variance 2. Yeah. So what's going to happen here is this is the first initial one, right? Everything here now becomes a component, like a master component. So this first one is our property one. We rename it. No, we rename it property one, right? And button, yeah, buttons, right? And then we are going to call one is default, the other is a new value. That's how these variants are organized here. So we select the main one, which is new value, and call it new meeting. Oh, just call it field. No. CTA. That's call to action 1. So and then the next one will be is also default to change the name to CTA2. CTA2. Now CTA2. Right. So from here now, right, I'm just going to leave this CTA2 here, and then this one that is also here, I'm going to bring it out and then redesign what is here to look like this. That's the only way we can have, yeah. So I'm going to change this color to the color we have for this. Make it the same color shade. Yeah, and then this can cease to exist, and then we have the new button, new meeting. No, that should come back, please. I need the text. Yeah, awesome. So this can cease to exist now. Then we have this button that's existing in two different timelines. Yeah. So I could come from here and select CTA1 and then CTA2 as a change. So what I'll do is just duplicate this, bring this down here, right? I'll put some of them in an auto layout just so it's easy, and then select CTA2, and then I have a variant of our button, right? Our general CTA button. If you just name this layer CTA, yeah. So our CTA variant generally, right, or our CTA buttons now exist in two different forms, in one timeline. That is, I'm using timeline to just mean one board, like just one Figma board. You can have two different buttons. That's a new button, that's CTA1, and then the join with code button, that's CTA2. So I will stop here, and then this is just how it works. You could have nested variants nested inside other variants to make it easier for you. So you just click exchange. Just how, like, most times your design systems, these are they're just made, so it's easy for everybody to know excel what they need faster. If I need anything from here, they have this button already nested inside. This button can exist in different formats, right? So if I have these are different instances of this button. If I have the button that is all fully rounded, like circular like this, if I want the one that is filled, right? Let's say this is filled, and then the blue inside is all white and it's fully rounded. Is also very fully rounded. I could have that instance also. All I need to do is come to the selected panel where I want that instance to exist, where I want that variant to exist in the timeline, and then change the button to button 3, and then I'm having all around. But then the laws of design and all of that, I won't be explaining all of that here. So we just go changes to, you have this, and then we have this instance also. And if I want this to also exist with rounded corners, I'll just select button. You should name your layers. I won't be doing this if I had named my layers. So I think button 3, yeah. And then we have all rounded corners without having to edit, without having to copy paste, change any extra component. This helps when you have like your design system set and then you're spreading it across all your other team projects and all of that. That's just the basic of how what's it called, of how variants could work and how they exist. There could be many other instances, right, of how variants could work on prototyping and all of that. But man, that's a whole different ball game. That's like another different rabbit hole that we don't want to cross right now. So this is the end of the show. This is the end of the video, rather. It's not a show. So have a nice day, chill. Yeah, you know the drill now. Don't forget to subscribe, and like, just do like. I do these videos for fun. not necessarily just to just to record and track my learning progress, but if it turns out to something that you could help me make money from it, then it could help me. Just subscribe, share, like, and then that's all. Thank you. Have a nice day. See you next week Sunday.